Welcome to our next video here for Home Howard Piano Industries. Today we're going to be showing you a little bit of a problem we've got with piano we're looking at today, among other things, but one specific issue we're going to be talking about is loose hammer flanges, or the pinning to hammer flanges that are too loose. You can see this piano's got a number of different issues, but the most prevalent and most noticeable is some of the hammer's flanges are way too loose. When you look at a hammer flange or hammer, if you try to wiggle it just a little bit, there's going to be a little bit of movement, but if you come to some of them, like we look at this one, it wiggles way back and forth, and what that is the flange that in this one too. You can see, that one doesn't even play. Well, a little bit, but not much. So that the pin for that is just coming completely out. So I don't know if you can see down in there, but that pin is worked its way out. And we'll show you in a bit here more detail what happened with that and how to fix that. But yeah, so those are some issues that come up sometimes. This piano's down in a church basement, and it goes through a lot of high humidity in the summertime and low humidity in the winter, so that wide fluctuation of humidity back and forth is rough on a piano, and it's kind of taken its toll on the action of this particular piano. So we're going to show you the hammer and the flange out of the piano in just a moment here, and we'll show you how to fix that. So here we've got a close-up of this hammer flange. We've got the hammer shank and then the hammer butt, but here we've got the flange, and as you can see, I've taken it out of the piano, and this pin has worked its way out. Okay, and what that means is, I think last time I was in here, I didn't have time to fix it, so I actually just pushed the pin back in. But obviously, when it's too loose, it's not gonna stay that way. So today I'm here to fix it, and because that pin is too loose, this flange will, the hammer can go back and forth, okay, because it's not all the way in there. And so what we're going to have to do is put a bigger pin in, one that's going to be big enough for that, and fairly easy. You might have to use some repinning tools to get so that the bushing's not too tight, but basically what we're going to do is take that pin out, and find what size pin. I've got several different sizes of center pins. Find which size pin is going to work the best, and replace it, and we'll be able to fix the problem that way. Now, one thing on these flanges and butts, they're a little bit different than some. These have actually a plate, a metal plate here with a screw. Usually this would this butt would be all wood, and there'd be a hole in the wood, but this one actually, when I had the flange off, you could see that this plate and the screw actually hold the pin in place. Okay, so there's a notch there for the pin to go in behind the plate. Okay, and the biggest culprit, as I took it apart, I could see that the screw was a little bit loose. Okay, so obviously if that screw is loose, this plate's not going to be holding the pin down tight enough. So, but I did, because actually I had said the pin was loose, which it was loose behind this plate, but it was actually a little bit tight in the flange, so I actually reamed that flange out a little bit with our flange bushing broach kit, which we show how to use in another video. But I got it so that it responds fairly well. Not perfect, but much better. So it should work, and it's not, of course, wobbly, so I put a new pin in, reamed it out, and then tightened this screw down to make it so that the hammer wouldn't be wobbly and going all in. This pin wouldn't be working its way out. So so that's the fix for that. If you do have a hammer butt that's all wood, you want to find a pin that's going to be nice and tight, which you can't push, the first size that you can't push through by hand through that wood part of the hammer butt hole. and then you want to make it sure it's loose enough in the flange. Okay, and we talk about that in our another video showing how to deal with tight or loose flanges and how to deal with those. So, but if you have any other questions, feel free to visit our website, howardpianoindustries.com.